He's put away some of the most violent criminals and worked on some of the most sensational criminal cases in American history. Matt Murphy's The Book of Murder, a prosecutor's journey through love and death, tells the true story of what it means to get justice. John Meehan of Dirty John fame, murderous Power Ranger Skylar DeLeon, and dozens of others across a storied and stellar legal career.
It makes perfect sense to me that you would write a book because you're able to express and communicate these difficult cases to all of us.
I wanted to share these stories, plus the people behind the scenes that never get any credit. Crime lab personnel that are there at 3 in the morning, freezing without complaint, and the detectives who are there, who have been up for 18 hours trying to work a recent homicide. You see the best of people.
Also the worst, including serial killing psychopaths who Matt personally put behind bars.
I always thought they were like Buffalo Bill and Silence of the Lambs. And you're looking for like the weird guy with the van who lives in the creepy house on the hill, right?
They're good looking and charming.
They are.
Perhaps none of those violent criminals was deadlier than the dating game killer, Rodney Alcala, a serial murderer who in 1978 actually appeared on and won an episode of The Dating Game.
We're gonna have a great time together, Cheryl.
When Matt met Alcala, the psychopath was acting as his own defense attorney, a move Matt says doomed the trial from the start.
He gave a very technically sound cross-examination of this 12-year-old murder victim's mother, where he basically called her a liar. But I looked over and all that jury saw was the monster who murdered her daughter calling her a liar.
After Matt put him away, Alcala died behind bars in 2021. But Huntington Beach, California police believe he is still responsible for dozens of other cold case murders based on the hundreds of photos featuring stalking and torture that they found in his old storage locker.
Do you believe all the people in those photos are victims?
Some of them have been identified over the years. One of them, Christine Thornton, she was the Wyoming victim. And Wyoming and Rodney Alcala had no connection that we knew of until we learned that he'd been given permission by his parole officer to drive across country twice. And prosecutors, I really got to hand it to them, they saw that photo and there were the skeletal remains of a young woman discovered in the 70s, and based on the mountains in the background of the photo, those remains were identified.
Matt believes even though he put Alcala away for good, law enforcement should still pursue new charges against him.
I hate the word closure, but it would bring some level and some feeling of justice.